You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building. Co-host on the show, Black and White.
Yes.
My guy, Sherrod Smalls.
Yes, in the house, man.
Christian Finnegan.
Yes. Say me.
Morning, guys.
Thanks for having us, man.
From the show Black and White on A&E.
Yes, Charlamagne, you did the premiere, too.
Me and Jim
Gaffigan.
Jim's really white.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
And
what's the show about?
And I'm really black.
Black
Say
guy
it,
and a white
Christian.
guy.
It's okay.
pretty much.
Break the show down for him, Christian.
Well, you know, it's Sherrod and I are friends, and we kind of would always have these sort of conversations anyway. Usually when you see like a white guy and a black guy talking about race, either the white guy is like a hip-hop white guy,
right,
or the black dude is like a Harvard black dude.
Right.
Like usually,
you said I'm not Harvard?
What's wrong with being a Harvard black dude?
there's nothing wrong with that, but you know what I mean. Like you know what I'm saying though. It's like a prep school
It's like
attitude.
opposites.
You know,
You're trying to get opposite.
Well, Christian,
Like
aren't
Ben
you
Carson.
a hip-hop white guy?
huh?
Aren't you a hip-hop white guy?
No. I don't even tell black people what hip hop artists I like because I'm afraid that I'll ruin their careers by
No.
telling them that I like them.
Who do you like?
I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
I like Danny Brown.
Danny's dope.
Okay.
And then I
You just
like
ruined his career, though.
and I like Cool Keith and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You know, like but yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm like a huge hip hop dude. I'm not. There's like stuff I like.
So do you say Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter?
I don't say any of it. I say Black Lives Matter if I'm gonna say it at all.
Okay.
But I feel like even that at this point, like I say Black Lives Matter. What I get sick of honestly is the joke, like ha 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 blank insert joke lives matter. You know, I think it's I take it
Gorilla Lives
seriously.
Matter.
Yeah, you know, it's
Lions Lives Matter.
and I'm not even offended by it. It's just like, all right, hack joke. Can we move on now? But you know, I say Black Lives Matter for sure.
Why is race such a hot commodity right now?
It's always been a hot commodity because it's always on people's minds, but not always on their lips. And sometimes the conversation, our show is about trying to keep the conversation going after where the conversation usually stops. And we try to bring some humor into it because we're comedians.
It really got popping again in the past 5 years, though.
Yeah, it's crazy how this presidential race seems more racial now
Than
than
when we had
when
a black
we elected a black president.
Yeah. No, this is what you're seeing right now is like the death throes of like angry white guys who are like, the world is changing and I don't like it. Like, you know, when an animal's like injured and they're more dangerous, that's the way like cranky old white dudes are right now.
Nothing's more dangerous than a disenfranchised white dude
Yes.
who feel like his voice ain't being heard.
I call them poor white niggas.
Oh, yeah, poor white niggas.
Yes.
Because they got guns, too.
Absolutely.
And they use them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what did you guys think? People were so upset when Hillary Clinton says that she carries hot sauce with her in her bag. And I didn't understand why it turned into such a big deal.
Well, you know,
Because she never mentioned it before. Now,
No,
be
she
honest.
She
has.
did,
Yes.
actually, though.
But, okay, then good. My bad. Then
Well,
Hillary's right to do
I think
it.
what happened, I think that she actually does have she does like hot
It's a
sauce.
fetish.
But when she found out that it was a thing, she probably
That's when
talked
she
to all her
pushed it
people
out.
like, make sure they ask me about hot sauce.
Right.
Because I have a thing. I'm
She
into
didn't
hot
know we was
sauce.
going to ask her that, though.
No, we just asked out the
Yeah,
break.
Angela
Really?
after
You
that.
just randomly asked that?
They
Randomly
didn't prep
asked?
us for no
Wow. Oh, I just assumed
And she
that
pulled
they,
it
like,
out of purse.
No, she didn't pull it
That's
out.
it,
That,
she didn't pull it out.
that
She
should have
didn't
been the follow-up. Like, okay, we'll produce it.
Yes.
She didn't have a persona.
But so
though.
is hot sauce a black thing?
No, I think it's more of a southern
I
thing
think
than
it's a country
anything.
southern thing, yeah.
I've never understood people who brag about, like, I don't mind if you like hot sauce. I don't understand the people who like think it's like an identity thing. Like, I collect all these hot sauces. You know, it's like, well, you're just saying
I'm
your
not gonna lie, I
taste
have like
buds
12
stink.
hot sauces
Do
in
you?
my fridge.
My boy Brown,
I
his
really
brother,
do.
used to put hot sauce on his cereal.
Oh, that's
In the morning.
disgusting.
Okay.
In
To
the
me,
morning. Yeah, it's gross.
bragging
but
about
he
hot
also smoked
sauce-
crack, so.
Oh, okay.
I never understood why anything is labeled to any race. Like, as far as, like,
Food?
like chicken and watermelon, like, that's for everybody. Like,
I mean, I have no idea. I love fried chicken. I've always loved fried chicken.
Do you eat watermelon?
Sure, if it's around, it would never occur to me like, you know what I could go for right now? Watermelon.
Yeah,
a 14-pound piece of food. Like, why? I don't.
I'll eat watermelon, but not in public. I just can't do it.
It feels wrong.
I feel like I'm being watched.
is there anything you can't joke about when it comes to race?
I don't think so. I think everything is, if you got a good joke about it, I think you can do it.
I think
Even like police brutality.
Of course. I got a great police brutality jokes. Some of the best. I end on
What? How do you joke about that?
because, yeah. Come
Police
see my
brutality
show.
or killings? It's a difference.
Both.
What?
I can talk about anything.
Unarmed black man gets killed. What's the joke?
No, it don't have to be particulars
soon.
of any like case, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying in general. It's like one thing I say is like I stay away from the cops. I see the cops coming, I shoot myself. just to stay away from them.
Gotcha.
Just because I know a bullet's coming.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm already bleeding. See you next week.
Got you.
Now, can Christian
I
make
don't
a
make
joke?
those jokes. No,
I don't make those
no.
jokes.
I mean, I think that the way I try to go about it is I try to read a lot. I try to be aware. I try to be a relatively sensitive person. And beyond that, then I just try to be funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking, Sherrod and I, you're a comedian. You always want to go for the joke. And my feeling is if you're laughing at it, then there's something funny in there. If people laugh at it, it's because it's funny, and you
Even
don't
if
need to
it's
Sometimes you
overanalyze
have to
it.
hide the pain, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it's still a laugh worth going for.
Sometimes it's just letting a little air in the room. Do you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden
Levity.
there's this sort of physical reaction that kind of like it's like an exhale.
You ever dated a black woman, Christian?
Date, yeah, not long term, but I
He went to
have.
NYU, so
He
they mix it up
smashed.
over there.
Did you have sex with one?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have had sexual.
She's still
congress.
crying. She's still crying about it, too.
What's better, vagina, white or black?
I don't know that I have as a large a cross section to really make.
I can answer that question.
Yeah, please answer that
Oh,
question.
Sherrod.
Sure, I got a larger sample
He has
size.
a larger
Yeah. I'm talking about like 2 women that I'm judging on, so I can't really say.
Who's better, Sherrod, white or black woman?
I think, it comes down to the person, Charlemagne. Every vagina's different. It's like a seashell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
Sherrod's
little
like, look, I just like
snowflakes.
pink vagina. Period. It don't matter what.
I remember once when I was temping at a job and this dude worked with me and he every once in a while he would just turn over. He's like, "There's only 2 things in this life that matter, man: pink and green."
That's real.
Pink
Yeah, I
and
guess
green.
it's yeah, you think about it, yeah.
That's like an AKA, by the way. That's
See, I thought I was saying a joke, and you guys looked at it like I just dropped major philosophy.
Yeah,
You guys are like,
I mean, you
that's a
could
good
add couple more
point.
things
That's
in
a
there.
very good point.
Yeah, God, your family, but I mean,
It's like more. Tell me more.
I thought it was like God comes behind pink, though. It's like it's like pink, green, and then God. Sure. God.
God created the pink.
Can black people be racist?
Of course. You're looking at one right now.
You're racist?
Are you racist, or are you just angry based off the way we've been
Some people
oppressed in
feel
this
like
country?
black people. Some people will argue that black people cannot be racist.
I think everybody can be anything. I mean, so black people in America can't be racist, or black people anywhere in the world can't be racist?
I think we just had this discussion, and because black people don't have the power to, I think, who was saying that? Was it Mark Lamont Hill?
Mark Lamont
Right.
Hill.
A lot of people say that. I've heard
Mark's
that.
a good friend, yeah.
To stop people from getting certain jobs, and because they're white people are more in a position of power.
What about in Jamaica?
We can't be.
Or St. Thomas, where black people in charge?
I
They
think
can be racist there, right? They can keep a white man from getting a job.
That's true.
I think it's all, it's in very
it's a
in very
regional-
small context.
It's regional.
I think
Every
anyone can be
politics always-
prejudiced. Anybody can be like racially bigoted or prejudiced, but racism, I think, is a power thing. And I think that like maybe in a situation of like where in a black neighborhood, if there's one white kid going to like an all black school, they could be racist because in that one particular instance they have the power. But in a sort of grander sense, I don't think so.
Like
most
one
of
thing we talked about on Black and White when we had Damon Johns on too is about being a black boss. Because a lot of people never had a black boss before. If you're a white dude who went to college, chances are you never had a black boss.
Right.
So just from being a black boss, you can be racist against somebody, or because you're in power, you can control their life. You can fire them, you can get them hired, or give them. So just from being somebody in power like that, I think you can be racist.
And most of the time when black people don't like white people, it's more of a reaction to how we've been treated
Right.
as opposed to I just hate you because
Yeah.
you're white.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, the reason that there's a certain generational thing, white people above a certain age, like one of the reasons that they kind of hate Obama so much is because they've never been condescended to by a black guy before.
Yeah.
Like they know black people as being either like the sweet guy who works at the front desk of their office building or like angry Chuck D. Like 80s Chuck D. Like they've never had like a black guy like pat them on the head and be better than them in a
Why
way
the
that
black
they don't know
guy
how
gotta
to.
work at the front desk? Why he can't be the boss though?
That
I'm just messing with that. Is the world too sensitive? Like, because you can make a white joke. No
Yeah.
problem, everybody laugh. But if you make a black joke, it might not
That's
be.
black privilege, baby. We're the oppressed.
But
You know what though? It honestly, because I know this from doing stand up. We've been both doing stand up for 20 years, and generally speaking, when I'm doing racial material at a club, it's always the white people have a problem with it. Like
Really?
the black. I mean,
They get uncomfortable.
when you say something that black people don't agree with, they'll let you know. But they're way more willing to sort of go down the road with you if it's funny. Whereas white people, it's just like, we're not supposed to talk about this. And they all look around and they look at the black guy in the audience to make sure it's okay. And it's.
My son, the other day I wanted to say this on air. My son yesterday was like, Dad, if a white person calls me a name, let's say they call me the N-word, a nigga, what can I say back?
Cracker.
Right?
Nah.
But I was like,
Cracker
that's
the
not
white
offensive.
devil.
I was like, that's not offensive. I couldn't think of anything.
Cracker is offensive.
We
I
talked
was like,
about
don't
a
say
new
anything.
word, and I came up with Gwenny for Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm just calling white people Gwennies now, because even when I call him a Gwenny, it offends him, because
Yeah.
he hates Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what about
Absolutely.
the
White
who love
people hate
Gwyneth
that.
Paltrow?
Well, I don't know all
But
white people hate
all
Gwyneth
9 of
Paltrow.
them?
Most
Come
of
on.
them.
Pick a white person that all white
She's
people hate.
condescends.
Call
She's-
them Bales.
They find her like a little bitchy and a little
Well, and I
uppity.
think that thing with it is, for me, what I get embarrassed about, like people like Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm sure she's a lovely person in real life, but just she's annoying in a way that you worry that this is what they already think of us. Like, why are you being what black people already think white
Gwyneth
people are
Paltrow?
like?
Yes.
she's
See, I don't agree with that.
See, you don't
Donald
know the
Trump is
self-hate
what
they got going
Donald
on.
Trump is what I think white people are when the lights
But that's
are
like
off.
the other side. That's the evil side of it.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
just a regular white person, like
Just
Gwyneth
kind
and
of a
her,
What has
clueless.
she done?
that
I don't
website
even-
with
Oh.
$1,000 bed sheets and with all that
I
stuff.
thought
That's-
she
she's
opted
rich,
out of that
Sherrod.
website.
But it makes other white people uncomfortable when she's sharing that. I'm telling you, it makes
it's
it
just-
Gwyneth and
difficult.
Kanye the same person.
To me, she's like
Kinda.
the quintessential sort of clueless rich
But
white girl.
Kanye's
who-
made it. It's like good for him having those sheets.
Why? Because he started off poor in Chicago?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Yes.
got you.
She
She
just
grew up
always
with those
had-
sheets.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
nothing to her.
Yeah, it's like we know, bitch. We knew you live like that. Stop bragging.
What's the biggest misconception when it comes to race wars?
Like the actual war.
Yeah.
I don't think that is ever going to happen. I think we all in it too deep to have an actual race war, race against race.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who wants your punch? You gonna punch everybody white?
Yeah.
I can't punch everybody white. I've worked with this motherfucker.
I mean, he barely punches me once a week. I mean, it's very
love is
rare.
gone.
Yeah.
Now, Christian, if somebody says something, say another white person, an executive says something that's racist about black people, do you check them on it or do you just...
Well, it depends. Like in our office.
Yeah. Do you check them?
Depends who's around. If it's just us the white people, no.
Yeah, then,
He
you kinda-
high-fives them.
then I kind of just give one of those like, yeah, we know what we're talking about, right? No, I think like in the office, one of the things we had to tell people when we started working on the show is, hey, we're dealing with race and comedy, and sometimes lines are going to get crossed. Like we all have to just sort of accept that every once in a while we're going to have to be like, yeah, maybe not that, but there has to be kind of an open dialogue. You have to sometimes throw out the thing that might be a little offensive to find where the line is. But in real life, yeah, I mean, I have relatives who send out, racist Facebook memes and stuff like that, and that's always an awkward thing.
What's a good one that you've seen?
I have an aunt who's like a hardcore Tea Party person, and she sent out a meme of Michelle Obama and a picture of a gorilla next to each other.
That's a
And-
little racist.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
We made it a segment on our show.
Did you like the
No, we
picture?
didn't, no.
I did not.
Where's she
I did
from?
not like it at all. She's
you wanna
from
find her,
she's from
Charlotte?
Long Island. I mean, she lives in Massachusetts, but
What's the address?
what do
I'm
you
trying to
say?
figure out where to stay away from. What
So
areas do I
what do you
not need
say
to
to
drive
her
through?
when you see that? Or you just don't
I
say
say,
anything?
see you at Thanksgiving.
But I tell Christian, everybody has racist family members. You have a
Right.
racist family member.
Oh, yeah, my dad.
Say, who's he hate? Who's his
I
hate
don't
of
know if
choice?
my dad is. My
He's
dad
not
isn't
racist
really.
as
No, my
bad
dad's not
racist.
racist.
He's just jokey racist.
My
Okay.
dad makes really inappropriate jokes.
Okay, I'm
Hilarious.
starting to like
Is
this
what it
guy.
is.
Good.
He's
like
Asian.
what?
He's Asian.
He's
Oh,
Chinese,
Okay.
and we were.
Oh,
all
I know he hate Koreans too, don't he?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Hey, it's Japanese.
What he did was we were at Thanksgiving at
The
one
whole
of my
Nanking
friends'
thing.
houses, and he goes, and they were passing the food around. There's a lot of food. He said, "This is just like that movie Soul Food."
Okay, that's not
See,
bad.
it's not really bad, but he says things that are like a
He
little
didn't say, with
awkward.
all the niggas in it.
No, he didn't say that. Well, he's married. He's married to a black
really
woman,
like
so.
chicken, huh?
That was
I didn't know
implied.
niggas really eat chicken.
Yeah, that's harmless. Just his
But
father thing to
sometimes
say.
it makes me cringe because my dad just says things, and if you don't know him, it
Right.
might feel because people are sensitive,
Yeah.
So you might be like, "Oh my God, what is he?"
I'm not gonna lie, I've
That
never
sounds
wanted to
fine
act
to
more
me.
black in my life than in this very moment. Like these times right here make me want to act very black just because I know everybody's so sensitive to race.
Yeah, that's why you want to act up, but you know what? You want to do it in the right way so you can keep doing it. That's how we feel.
There's a lot of people that have commented on the show. The people who happen to just flip to black and white after watching something else on A&E or whatever, and they're like, "This is a double standard, and white people, black people can say racist things, and white people aren't allowed to," and they're right. It's a double standard because I allow black people to say things that I can't say, and in exchange, I get to keep my money and power. That's the way I feel about it.
That's our black privilege. That's what I was trying to tell Jim on the show.
Yeah, that's my inheritance.
When you're an oppressed person, you can make jokes. The oppressor can't make jokes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Christian, have you ever just said nigga?
No.
No, only
Okay,
the
you
skin.
got black
Only-
friends. So what if your black friends walk up on you and be like, "Christian, my nigga"? What do
Oh,
you
it
do?
happens.
I say, Hello, good sir.
Now this was
Salutations, my friend.
the other day I was at the Drake and Future show, and the Trap N-Word song came on, and there was a white woman.
Yeah.
And she was definitely singing all the. I looked just to see if she was gonna really sing it, and she really did.
Good for her for singing it. She had a
Right.
damn
I mean, that was a
concert.
little bit of a trap. There's that no-win
It's a
situation
trap.
there, you know.
It's a
I like how you was looking at it too, like this. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I
The
was
bitch said
looking.
it. The bitch sung it.
Because I was looking, I just wanted to see what she was gonna do. If she was
Right.
gonna censor herself.
Don't you think
And
the
she
word,
didn't.
that's
Good
a-
for her.
Don't you think the word nigga's a generational thing, though?
Yeah, young kids say it. They all sing it and say it all together.
They don't even know the historical context
No,
of it.
they don't
just-
look at it. But if anything happened 2 weeks ago, young kids don't know about it. So
I mean, I'll
Don't know
see
it.
Asian kids in my neighborhood say it to each other all the time, and they're not
Yes.
saying it to be provocative.
No,
it's
they're
just
not.
they're saying like, "Dude." It's like, "Dude" is to me. You know?
It is, and they
But
say it
Asian
a
people
lot.
are also people of color too. Just
Yeah.
like, you know.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
I mean-
nigga, though.
Yeah, and can't no 40-year-old Asian call me nigga.
Well, that's with the ER at the end.
But
if they-
Latinos can, right?
Yeah, Latino
any
can
of the
do it.
Jabberwockies can
Like,
go
where's
say it.
where's the line? Like, when are you like? What is the?
I mean, I always looked at Latinos.
how many
as-
degrees from black are you allowed to say?
Good
That's,
question.
a good
true.
question.
That's a good
Fat
question.
Joe
Yeah.
says it, and I don't have. The people used to. be
J-Lo
like,
said
why
it was
does
a
he
huge
say-
deal.
I don't really see that they are. They,
But only to
in the
white
Bronx,
people
they
made
are.
a
We
huge
all
deal,
are.
right? Did black people get angry
I
when
think,
J-Lo
I
said it?
think black people got mad too.
That's
back
they
then.
just thirsty. If you get mad at J-Lo for saying it,
Nah,
shit,
we're from the Bronx.
Yeah, if you have sex
Yeah.
with a black guy, you can say it. Christian,
you
what
can
was
scream it to a ceiling.
what's the racial slur we say to Latinos? The white
what?
people. What do white people say to Latinos?
There's not like a word. I mean, not anymore. I mean, there's
The old school ones.
I mean, for me, I just hate the music. But I
don't like merengue?
Not all of it. Oh,
Oh, you live in Queens too, right?
I used to I live above a Latin nightclub, which is I don't
Really?
think
It
I
sounds
don't-
like it could be a sitcom, right?
I don't think there's a Spanish word for nuance, is there? No, it's just a lot. Here's merengue. It's one guy who will shout in Spanish, followed by a group of guys who will repeat what the guy just shouted. And be like, Marino, 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 Marino. And for like 6 hours until I put a shotgun in my mouth. That's the thrust.
What's the old school slang, Sherrod?
Oh, the spick and some of the bad words.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know the other like Spanish ones.
That's the only one I've ever.
Yeah, that's what
That's
we
what I
Wetback
heard.
was for
But they used to
Mexicans.
say that on Sanford and Son. Remember Sanford and Son? He used to call the dude to spick all day.
They
Yeah.
say honky too.
On TV.
See, that's what I hate about how sensitive we got in 2016 when those shows like All in the Family, Sanford and Son, and
It's
Jefferson.
embarrassing.
I love the word honky.
They did it all day.
Yeah.
They said nigger on TV.
Yes.
Try to do that on CBS right now.
Well, but the thing is, though, they were doing a show based on the words people used in the world.
Right.
Nobody uses those words now.
They still
So if you
use
saw it
nigga.
on TV,
Yeah.
it would seem really strange.
No. Remember that? Like people use nigger all day, just like Envy said. And remember that show South Central was on Fox? They could have used it there too and used it in the lifestyle, but they always censor themselves.
I don't even remember that show.
Yeah, it was on for a short
But
stint.
does honky bother white people? Does it?
No.
No, it's adorable.
Oh, the old
it's
yachts.
adorable.
It's
It's adorable. Cracker,
like, oh,
any of
nigga.
those things. Like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. It's hilarious.
Cracker's not adorable. What about White Devil?
Nah. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, because
What about little pink penis?
that's a little closer. That one cuts a little deeper. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Word?
Have you learned anything new about white people in the making of this show, Sherrod?
Yeah. Actually, I found if you bring a white partner on executive produce the show with you, you get white money.
You get green leaf.
Oh,
So they're not gonna diss their own boy.
White privilege,
So I
baby.
teamed it up.
equals green.
Yes, black plus white equals green.
That's why you got to have a white friend to use their white privilege like Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Wi-Fi.
What about you, Christian? You learned anything new about black people making this show?
I found out that apparently, in my mind, growing up, Eddie Murphy, like, Beverly Hills Cop, that's like the quintessential Eddie Murphy movie. And then every time I talk to a black person, they always say Coming to
Coming
America.
to America.
Which is
That's what I thought.
just
That's how we
bizarre.
started
yeah,
this whole show.
this is literally like our first conversation that kind of started this show.
Axel Foley versus Prince Hakeem, not even close.
Not even close.
You know Watch Coming to America?
Of course, but I think of that as a
didn't know it was
second-tier
good.
Eddie Murphy movie.
No.
What?
I know.
Really?
See, to
That's what
me,
white people think, though.
me,
They think Beverly Hills Cop is the number one.
Beverly Hills
Murphy.
Cop and Trading Places
Oh my
are
God.
top tier.
Nah.
And
Both
then-
of those kind of trash compared to
Yeah,
like the
'cause the
Golden
Coming to America.
Child,
Yeah.
Coming to
Oh,
America.
Golden Child, third tier. That's
Harlem
third
Nights.
tier.
Golden Child?
I don't know that I would put Golden Child on that
I want
level.
the night. The Golden Child.
No, I love that, but not
Give me
that
that.
It's not on the level.
Please, that high?
Yes.
That was kind of a
No.
little cheesy.
Compared to
Too
Trading Places he's a Beverly Hills Cop?
I think Trading Places is after Coming to America. I think Coming to America's top, but I love Trading Places though. That was my
Hills
shit.
That was a great movie.
Man,
But I would put
Golden Child,
Beverly Hills
man.
Cop
Harlem
after.
Nights. Harlem Nights.
Then what about Dr. Doolittle's? Don't forget those.
No.
That's a whole
When he
different
was a
time
fat
period.
boy.
That was a
Nutty
different
Professor.
generation.
The
of
Nutty
Eddie Murphy.
Professor, the first one.
Wash is Dr. Doolittle. That was the Nutty Professor was good.
Yeah, Nutty Professor. That's the one
good.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
Y'all don't think Golden Child is up there?
I loved it.
way.
But yeah.
You gotta watch Golden Child
What about
again, man.
Best Offense? No.
Oh, with Trading Places.
It tells a lot about a person.
Even Beverly Hills Cop.
I ain't like Beverly Hills
Your
Cop.
top Eddie Murphy movies tells a lot about you.
Coming to America number 1. And I watch it every time it comes on. I watch it like it's new every time it comes back on.
Yes.
I remember-
Always. I don't care where it is. I don't care if they cut everything out. I'm watching it.
But I remember I used to. We both used to be on the show Are We There Yet? You know, that sitcom, and I remember Keisha Sharp, who's an actress on that show. She called me
forgot they
Boo.
did that
She
show.
called me Boo once, and man, I tell you, I'd never been called Boo before, and I liked it.
You liked
I
it?
liked it
That
a
was
lot.
a racial
I liked
slur.
it.
That means you white as a ghost. You know who I always thought Christian looked like? Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Oh yeah, all right.
Oh,
The
like,
bad
oh,
guy.
when I
The
used to
bad
be
guy.
obvious
Yeah.
one, I
Because
used to
they
be
got
like,
the same hair, kind of.
yes.
Nah, yeah, I got the heat miser comment a lot. Yeah.
Now, is that Marvel or is that DC?
What? Incredibles?
Yes.
No, that was the
Disney.
Pixar. It was Pixar.
The Heat Miser was
That was those Christmas things.
yes, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Remember the dude?
Yeah, the heat miser and this cold miser or snow miser.
Oh, the dude with the red shirt with the glasses.
Yeah.
Now I see.
Yes.
You do look like him.
Now, Sherrod, are there some stereotypes about white people that you have found to be true after doing the show?
Well, name some of the
And
stereotypes.
what are they?
They stingy.
Okay.
What kind of white people
They don't
are
know how to
stingy,
mind their
Sherrod?
business.
Sherrod, what kind of white people are stingy, Sherrod?
Just men, white men. White women I got no problem with.
No
bet
specific
you
white
don't.
men?
I see where Charlene's going with
That's where he's
this.
going to.
No specific white men?
He's setting a trap for you, Sherrod. You'll never work in entertainment again. Go back! Run away!
I see a yarmulke. I love the Jews.
Oh,
My
laughter
girlfriend's
stops
Jewish.
now.
I love Jewish people. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised here. So it was only blacks, Jews, and Puerto Ricans.
Word.
Money when I grew up.
Now, we'll talk about stereotypes. Was
What
he
else?
ever late for a shooting?
What else do
Oh,
I
yeah,
have?
I wanted to hear the rest of his
yes,
stereotypes.
all the time.
we're
Sherrod
gonna get to
loves
Christians.
it. Sherrod loves it when he shows up before I do somewhere.
I do it on
and
purpose,
he
just to
like
haunt
he
him.
acts like he won some prize or
Haunt him.
something.
Just like this morning, I beat
late.
him here. Because Christian is so white, 'cause being on time is his thing.
Right.
So sometimes when I get to places earlier, I see his face and he's defeated. He's like, oh, fuck. What am I if I'm not the early white dude?
You think
Christopher
CP
Lloyd
time?
name
You
is
think
Christian.
CP time is a real thing?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not broadly, but it is certainly something I've noticed. Here's the thing about, there's a little game I play sometime in the office called Black Thing or Sherrod Thing, where sometimes I have to wonder, is this like a black cultural thing that I need to respect, or is this Sherrod just being a jackass?
Give us an
Like,
example.
like being late, like it's not even
It's
just being
usually
late. It's like
maybe
I'm late sometimes, but when I'm late, I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I got to get. Well, Sherrod will show up an hour late and just be like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Like it's
That's a black
complete.
thing.
That is
Yeah.
that is
That's
a
a
black
black
thing,
thing.
right?
I'm never rushing. I'm not going to see them with me rushing.
So it's not okay.
Nah.
How come if all black people can run faster than me, they all walk slower? Because goddamn, when I get stuck on the street behind like two black guys having conversations, like, oh my god, would you please just move
Because we
fast?
scrolling, we being cool.
Oh god, it drives me
You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? We scrolling, you know what I'm saying? We talking about this new, Fetty Wap or something, this new Jay-Z, like we walking.
I'm trying to get to work, gentlemen.
Now, here's one thing that bothers me. When black women get weaves, people act like it's only black women that get weaves.
Thank you.
Why are you trying to act like why don't you embrace your true self? But white women get weaves all the time too. But they always act like it's just black women.
And they try not to call it weaves. They try to call it extensions. Like
Or
it's
they
not
call it a fall.
A
She
new
got a
thing. Like
piece.
she's added on to something she's already got.
Right.
And
I
a one
never
black woman
understand.
is starting from scratch.
Because
Yeah.
I look
Christian.
at hair as an accessory. So sometimes you switch your hair up. Sometimes you braid your hair up, put a weave in to protect your natural hair. It's easier sometimes to just have a weave. But for some reason, they act like for black women is such a big deal.
I didn't know. I remember when I've been in New York since the 90s, and I remember standing on the subway platform before the age of cell phones when you have something to look at, and just staring at the magazine kiosk and just marveling at all of the black hair magazines.
There's a lot of them.
Black tresses and
They're
black
called
hair.
black
you
hair,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
High
so
hair.
many. It's like, is this really that big of a deal? And now I know enough to be, yeah, it's a big
Yeah, it's a
deal.
big deal.
It's a lot.
big
There's a lot.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just recently that black people start making money off of it.
Right.
That's true.
Like big money.
Yeah.
We talking next week on Our Show on Black and White about the marijuana industry and why people of color are getting blocked out the legal marijuana part of it.
Yeah,
and it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, there's, for decades, obviously, black people, have been put in jail for selling weed, and now that you can sell weed legally, all of a sudden, it's all white people.
And plus, if you got convicted, you can't sell in some states. If you got convicted back in the day, which is
Yeah, I think
brutal.
that's an informational thing too, though, because I got a lot of white friends in the weed industry who are trying to get me involved in it. So I just think it's like an informational thing. Like, I don't think people realize, like even here in New York, they got dispensaries that you could be a part of. People don't know that.
People don't know
the information.
You're right. Information is key. Even in San Francisco, they passed a bill where even people who got convicted from selling in the past can participate now.
Wow.
Which they should have everywhere. But yeah.
Wow.
It's a
telling
good
you, man.
episode. We got Damon Johns on there talking about it. We try to Shark Tank some weed stuff.
Yeah. Sherrod goes to like a cannabis convention. They had a big cannabis convention at the Javits Center, and so Sherrod went to try to ask people where
It looked like the whitest place on earth.
You know that's what brings people
The
together.
whitest place on earth.
That's what brings people together.
Weed
and alcohol.
And Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Pokemon.
And
Not the
Pokemon.
same alcohol.
Anything you can
but
make money
alcohol.
Yeah.
That was when I used to bartend years ago, and I was working at a college bar up near Columbia, and I would have this sort of running social experiment where I would just quietly guess what someone's going to drink because it would break down racially all the time.
Henny for niggas.
Black person wants what does a black person want?
I know that
black
fucking
person,
Long Island iced tea.
Hennessy. That's more black women.
Okay.
Latino women, a lot of vodka crayons. White girls like Bay Breeze, Sea Breeze, something like that.
Any breeze.
White
There you go,
dudes,
Amy.
pitchers of beer.
And Jack
Like-
Daniels.
Yeah, well, if that. I mean, mostly these are cheap college kids. So they're just getting pitchers of Bud or whatever. But yeah, I remember I once bartended at a live funk bar, and a girl came in and ordered a Hennessy and Yoo-Hoo.
Ew.
Whoa.
You guys had Yoo-Hoo?
No, we didn't. She assumed we did. She was shocked that we didn't.
Did
Though.
y'all have a
Hennessy,
working
that sounds like
bathroom?
a horrible mix.
My God.
Her boyfriend is so embarrassed. Like, they don't have Yoo-Hoo here. But
Hennessy and ginger beer is my favorite.
Regular Henny give me the runs. Imagine Hennessy and Yoo-Hoo.
It's like I want to get fucked up, but I want to be in junior high school.
It's so disgusting.
You ever misjudge somebody's drink order?
the time,
occasionally, but that was pretty,
What
up
do
here.
fat white women drink?
Fat white women.
Beer.
Now, still, it's usually I mean, if they're college age. Granted, I'm talking about college girls. It's always got cranberry or orange juice, or it's vodka,
For the track
something.
infections. It's college.
Yeah, cranberry juice
Track
for
girl
the
get infected in
UTIs.
college. Parents know that.
My goodness. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. Now the show Black and White is on what time? When?
10:30 on A&E, 10:30 Eastern and 9:30 Central.
On Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, right after Wahlburgers, right after Donnie and them.
All right.
Nah,
you ever have it?
every time that show reruns, I get a lot of tweets, boy.
You were great on it,
A
man.
lot of white people watch A&E.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Did y'all ever get into like a real argument?
Who, me and him?
Oh,
Always.
yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, and this is honestly where I give Sherrod a lot of credit. It's like, he doesn't hang me out to dry on it. It's like we'll argue and stuff, and we'll get kind of heated, but then we both have that comedian mentality where you just bust the tension with a joke or whatever, and then 20 minutes later it's over.
Have you ever hung Sherrod anywhere?
Have we what?
Have you ever hung Sherrod anywhere?
Hung?
You said he hangs you out to dry. Have you ever hung him out anywhere?
No, I don't think I've ever but I'm saying as a black
think he's
dude,
trying to make
he
a
has
hanging
more
joke.
opportunity. Nah, I get what he's trying to do, but I'm not
Okay.
going there. I'm not going there.
No, what you say, Whitey?
I'm just uncomfortable.
No, Charlamagne right.
I'm just uncomfortable talking whether Sherrod is hung or not. But
He feels my penis on his leg as we speak.
yeah, it's crawling up my shorts.
That's one way to keep racial tension down. Grab each other's dick.
That's right. Sword fight.
If I have to guess, Christian, are you a boobs or a butt man?
Boobs.
See,
Definitely a white
that's what
guy.
I would have guessed.
Yeah, because he even gets angry that white dudes are acting like they like butts now.
I don't like that white people pretend that they're into huge circus butts because
Bottom and barely butts.
they're
Nigga,
lying.
that's what we like.
They're lying. I mean, maybe young white guys now because it's big, they've grown up thinking that they're supposed to like it, so they actually do. But there's a generation of white dudes who are like, oh yeah, I love a big ass. No, you don't.
No, you
Stop
don't.
it.
What's wrong with having a
He
big
said
ass?
There's
white
nothing
man?
wrong with it, but you didn't. You're phony. You're
raised
trying to
that
grab
way.
onto a trend.
You think
know
Ben
what I mean?
Affleck got y'all started on that,
Yeah,
right?
Ben Affleck is the Christopher Columbus.
After Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, he said Jackie Robinson the assets, man.
Goodness gracious. Well, there you have it. It's Sherrod Small, Christian Finnegan. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
If superior hair extensions, clip-ins, and tape-ins are an absolute must, You have to get the #1 rated hair extensions in the world. Her Imports is 100% certified real virgin human hair and trusted by celebrity stylists worldwide. Celebrities swear by our products, and now you can too. We now offer financing for our products at herimports.com for a limited time, or go into one of our convenient locations in your city. We offer 100% Indian Temple bundles that will have you looking flawless for years. Visit us online right now at herimports.com.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in